Hello, welcome to the stream. I apologize if things are going to shit again. The little colorful box that tells me how good the stream's doing in OBS is going ape shit. So I don't know what's going on. I think it might be Windows 10 that had an aneurysm. Cause another issue that's been plaguing me lately is that it constantly thinks my control key is down, so when I click, it does something completely random, or it just doesn't fucking work. Yeah, it's still the little square is having an aneurysm right now. It keeps going from like yellow to orange to red and then back up. It's like the world's shittiest heart rate monitor. It's green now. It's greenish. Yellow. Yellow, is it gonna... Are we working? Yellow's fine. Yellow's a good color. No, it's going back to orange. Orange is not such a great color. But anyways, let's connect to the Discord. And let's launch. And let's not crash today. Everything will be fine. Nothing will burn. Ah! Here it is. Not responding. And let's maximize the window. And watch it as it crashes. Thank you. Thank you, Microsoft, you incompetent fuckers. I haven't been on. We're still in the red. What the fuck? Is Comcast just shitting themselves? Is that what they're doing at the moment? In other news, besides from technical problems, which seems to be the running theme of this week and last week, I may have made my entire history class scared of me from asking a really dumb question. There was, my history teacher, I'm taking US History 2 at college for, like, electives and stuff, which is, like, the second half of US History, because US History 1 left off at Reconstruction. And eventually, what we're doing talk about this week is, like, rise of capitalism in the United States. And one of the things that got brought up was, like, immigration in Ellis Island. And it turns out officials would use crochet hooks. Yeah, one of these things. And then, like, the lower eyelid, they would kind of, like, fold that down to check for, like, any infections. Because, I mean, it was, like, the early 1980s. Or like, late 1980s. I learned this last week and I forgot what the timeline was. Jesus. So, they would do that. And, like, if there was a little crusties, like, bad crusties, signs of infection, they would, like, send you to quarantine. And then they would keep using the infected crochet hook on healthy people. Because, again, it's the past. People were, well, probably just about as stupid as they are now. To an extent. I had a dumb question, and if you know me, you probably already know where this is going. So I'm thinking to myself, oh, they're putting it that close to their eyeball? There must have been a few accidents. And so she hasn't brought this up. So I ask, and I don't know why I phrased it this way, I think I just couldn't think of a better word. Yet this is the word I used. I asked, were there any incidents with eyeball scooping? That's exactly what I said. And she was just... I think instantly she was like, oh Jesus. I mean, she obviously didn't... I don't think she knew that. I mean, she said she assumed there had to be at least some injuries, but not like scooping. Because that's fucking retarded. Like, you would have to really mess it up to scoop it out. I don't know why I didn't say injuries. But I said scooping, and it was just like, well, this is education now. People paid to be here. And like, as she's explaining this, there are some people just kind of laughing, just trying to stifle their laughter. It's just like, they know it's stupid. They know, like, that's the most vapid question they'll probably ever hear for the rest of the year in a classroom. Or just, like, in their entire lives. So, yeah, I don't know what effect that had on them, aside from, like, a little giggling. From, like, you know, the stupid. But, I don't know. If there's, like, any group work, I think I might have fucked myself, though. Which isn't a bad thing, because I hate group work. So, yeah. That's how I made my entire history class scared of me. And, My sister, who's in college, called me on FaceTime over the weekend to try to, like, get some shit working on her phone. Like, we were doing, like, something, because she had to, like, call a relative for something and record the call, and she was trying to figure out how to do that from her phone. And when we were testing it, she just said, okay, tell me a story. And I told her the story of me asking a dumbass question, and she's just like, okay. I don't think she deleted it right away, though, but she clearly seemed a little concerned, which is weird, because, like, my sister would probably be the most likely one of the family to scoop out an eyeball, either on accident or on purpose. Either way. And my sister accidentally decapitated a dead turtle once. Cause, like, when she was, like, 14, she had a friend over at our house. What ended up happening is that we have a pond in our backyard. They were just, like, kind of, like, in a wooded area. There's lots of trees, lots of vegetation. They're just walking around back there. They stumble across a dead turtle, and they're just like, oh, we could use its turtle shell for something. I forget exactly what it was, but that was kind of irrelevant at that point when I heard the story. So they're just like, out of, I don't know, some sort of IQ drop, they forgot that the shell is part of their bone structure. So they try to take the turtle out of the shell, and, well, guess what happens? Kind of already spoiled the ending on that one. There's not much other gory stories I can think of. Actually, I remember one time there was just, like, because of, like, a fox or a coyote or something, there just happened to be a dead rabbit right outside our front door that was mauled to shit. That was, like, the first time I ever really saw a corpse in person. So that was a little eye-opening. I was, like, 7 when that happened. I don't know what happened to it. I think my parents just kind of, like, just moved it out of the way. Just, like, out of sight, out of mind a little bit. And yet I still kind of saw it at some points when I was sitting on the front porch. It would just kind of be there in my field of vision. It would just be like, I would just say it's staring at me, but its eye's missing. Now we've come full circle. We're back to eyeball removal. I don't know. Maybe I was thinking of that one bit from Tales from the Borderlands where they scoop the dude's eyeball out with a spork, or just Invader Zim. I don't know. There's just a disturbing amount of eyeball references that come up in my mind. There's that one, the eyeball extraction scene from Dead Man Wonderland. Probably a few other things. It's one Simpsons episode. There was, like, this one miracle drug for elderly people, and their eyes just popped out. Like, they didn't fully pop out. They just kind of dangled out of their sockets. That's something I remember seeing. Thinking, like, oh, okay then. I don't even think it was a Treehouse of Horror episode. It was just a regular episode, and yet it was just like, yeah, people's eyeballs are popping out. There's no one in Discord. I haven't even heard the join sound, so if anyone joins, they're thankfully spared from this shit. I might go server hopping. I've never seen the player count on Meadow go down from 10. Jesus, it must be a really slow day. What if you miss? See? I found a design flaw. Oh, you can just go in here, right? Thank you, game. I swear, if the world swallowed my shit, thank God. Let's not go to that server anymore. I think I'm just permanently, semi-banned from, Summit now. Server decided, just like, uh-oh. Keep your bullshit to Meadow and nowhere else. And it just decided to try to get rid of me before any incidents could occur.